We're the indie project Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats Ginjey Bear and Furrnando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home.
I'm up super early this morning with the sunrise, and this is definitely my favourite time of the day. It feels cool, but I can already feel the warmth of the sun getting hotter, and just listening to the bird sound and the different noises around the property. It just feels incredibly calm at this time of the day. So we've just had a full set of new tyres and the tyres aligned on our car, which is good because our MOT is just in a couple of hours, and right now I'm going to give the car a wash. It's only on hot days like today that I'm happy that all the spray of the cold water is going on me. It was actually really refreshing. And I always wash my vehicles before I go and have an MOT, because I feel like you just slide through the MOT so much nicer if you turn up in a good looking vehicle, nice and clean inside and outside. I don't know if that's a myth, but it's worked before. It's another beautiful day here in sunny Central Portugal, but it's going to be incredibly warm today. So I've just let the chickens out. It's currently 7 in the morning. They can go out and forage as much as possible before the temperature gets up to 40 degrees later. So if they can go out and spend as much time around the property foraging, finding food, later on they can rest, dust bath, hide under some trees and get as much shade as possible throughout the hottest period of the day. So I picked up some more goat food while I was in the city, because you can never have enough goat food. And also I'm preparing for when we hand over our property to Bee's mom and her friend, who are coming to stay for the entire month of August to look after the farm while we go and explore the States and Canada. So we're very excited about that, but there's lots to be done to get this place ready for someone else to be looking after it. So I'm going to fill the goats up with food, as I do every morning, make sure they got enough water, feed them some apples. We usually let them out in the morning and the evening to graze around the property as well. So just as I was checking the goat's water, I noticed something big floating in it, and I just found this. It's a hornet, and it's absolutely massive. And you guys are probably wondering what happened to our MOT the other day. Well, it actually took a couple of days to get sorted, which was really annoying, because we had only a photocopy of one of the documents and they wouldn't accept it, so we had to go to a government office, wait for hours and hours and hours to get this new document, which we finally received, and then we could go and get our MOT the next day. But then the car sailed right through within 15 minutes, not a problem, no advisories, no nothing. It's back on the road for another year, so that was really nice.
As well as having our YouTube channel, we also have a website which is hosted by Squarespace, who have kindly sponsored today's video. Squarespace is a fantastic online platform where you can build and design your very own website. I love it for the reason that it's super simple to use and you don't need any experience with web design. The process of creating your website with Squarespace is so simple and easy. They have a number of different themes for you to choose from that you can customize completely to you. So you can change the color, change the fonts, and the great thing is you can see all those changes in real time, so you can decide whether you like them or not, drag and drop different features in, and create the website of your dreams. Two features that I really enjoy using on Squarespace include their logo maker, so it takes all of the hassle out of creating a sleek and professional looking logo, and also the analytics. I find it super helpful being able to see where people have come from in the world and what they're looking at on our website. There's loads of reasons why you might want your very own website. For us, we have a shop on there, a blog, a newsletter, and so much more. So if you want to try out Squarespace and build your very own website, we've got a 2-week free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. All you need to do is head to squarespace.com/indieprojects or use the code indieprojects.
Before it gets too warm, I'm going to jump on the tractor and I'm gonna dismount the grass cutter on the back of the tractor and swap it out for the transfer box so I can move an IBC tank further down the property, because like I said, Bee's mom's coming to look after the property for a whole month. I want to make sure she's got enough water in place for the whole month so she doesn't have to use any petrol pumps or anything like that. I want to make it super simple, really easy, so that there's water on demand whenever she needs it. So under here is the IBC tank that we have behind our caravan. Well, we don't live in the caravan any longer, so we don't need this tank here because we're not walking all the way to the top of the property to use this tank. It's just pointless. And also the way I had to fill this tank, because it's so far away from the well, you're probably talking 500 meters from where the well's situated. So there's no point running piping all the way up here, digging it into the ground. So what I used to do is just put another IBC onto the back of the truck, drive it up here and then empty out of one IBC into another. And it worked because 1,000 litres lasts a long time. So I'd only have to fill it up like every once a month. So it wasn't too bad. But this is going to be far more useful now, further down, closer to the house. So the new IBC tank is in place where it's going to live. It needs blocking up and leveling out, but I've just found some spare pipe, which is perfect because it pretty much goes all the way to the goat enclosure just. So all I need to do is pick up another probably 30 meters of pipe with a straight join coupler, and then I'm good to go. And then we've got water into the goat enclosure, so that means I don't have to fill up at Bee's garden area where the IBC is and bring the water down. It's going to make things so much easier because I have 1,000 litres of water at a time. So the wind's picked up a lot. It's actually really quite breezy now, but I've managed to level out this IBC tank next to the other IBC tank. So we've doubled our capacity of water, which is just amazing. And in here, I've got lots of plumbing bits because I'm going to plumb the other IBC tank into this IBC tank. So once that one's full, this one will fill up. So I've just finished all of the plumbing on these two tanks. It's been a lot of plumbing this week, but it's really good because we're getting all of the infrastructure sorted, which makes our life way easier, especially in the heat. So now when I turn the pump on at the well, I can go into this tank. Once that tank's full, it will feed into this other tank. So 2,000 litres of water to have in this area is amazing. I've just finished the tank in the goat enclosure. It's all leveled off, it's on blocks, it's nice and secure, so if they decide to headbutt it, it's not going anywhere. And I positioned it under a tree to try and keep it as cool as possible, under this big cork oak, which provides really good shade. This is why I built the enclosure amongst all of these cork oaks, because one, they don't really eat this bark, and two, it's very shaded, so it's a brilliant area for them to hang out all day, and it's right next to their water trough. So what I'm going to do is just add a tap to this IBC with a bit of hose that runs into their water trough, and then you can just turn it on when they need more water, and it's going to be so much easier than what we had to do before. I've just cleaned out the dipping pool down by the well because I'm done for today. When I finished working, it said 38 degrees, and I'm getting so much more used to working in the hot sun, but now it's saying 40 degrees on the weather app, so that's me done for the rest of the day. I think I've achieved a lot. I got so much done, so I'm just going to spend probably half an hour just sitting in the pool. I've cleaned it out, I'm just filling it up, and it comes out icy cold, so I've got my feet already in it to cool me down a little bit, but I can't wait to fully submerge. You know it's hot when you get into 20-degree water and it doesn't feel cold. It's absolutely perfect. This is just the right temperature. Got a lovely view looking over the property, and it's really nice going out to these river beaches, but sometimes that takes a lot of time and effort, and sometimes you just want to relax and chill on the property in your own little pool. This was like a really good decision, renovating this little pool for the summers. So I think I'm going to end the video there. I'm just going to spend the next 20 minutes lying here, chilling, listening to the sound of nothing. It's an absolutely wonderful feeling lying in this cold water. It just brings your body temperature down so much, and I'm almost nodding off. I feel super tired, but been getting up early with the sunrise and working as hard as I can until it gets too warm. But yeah, thanks again for joining us on this video, and I'll catch you on the next one for many more projects.